Brad? Jeff? What's up with Avidor?
Well, we're live.
Oh, okay. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the planning board for West Hampton Beach, September 23rd, 2021. I think we have one or two holdovers and a couple of decisions that we'll deal with before we call the calendar.
The first decision is Christopher Mensch, 42 Library Avenue. It's a fill application. I need a motion to accept the decision as written.
Make a motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye. We have a decision for DLVDD LLC. LSD. 379 Dune Road. I need a motion to accept the decision as written.
I make a motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye. I need a motion to accept the decision as written for Sean and Monica Sullivan, 11 Meadow Lane.
I make a motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that takes care of it. I think we have one holdover. Just on 13th.
I need a motion to hold over West Hampton WHB Development Partners 107-711 application until October 14th.
Our plaintiff's
I
request.
make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Let's start with 160 Montauk Highway. Can you take this? Okay. Where do we stand?
David Martin with Bennett and three offices at 212 Original Lane in Southampton, and Rick Searles, the Texas here also. I think when we were at the meeting 2 weeks ago, I guess, you had asked that we submit just a full set of everything that had been before the board. So we have done that. And I think also the board was talking about just reviewing minutes of prior meetings to talk about conditions on approval on this. I did just want to mention to the board that the zoning board of appeals had reviewed this application and they had proposed a couple of conditions on approval. There were two specifically that they asked to be included in the site plan approval by the planning board as a covenant. One, ensuring that the interior parking spaces in the building would be maintained as parking and not storage. And the second, that prohibiting the parking of delivery trucks outdoors other than during the normal business hours. So I just want to bring that out to you as well.
I think those were, well, certainly the parking was an issue that we had discussed early on because it has become an issue where it's turned into basically George's parking lot for his trucks. We're looking to avoid that. I don't recall anything else specific that we had on it. Somebody else does.
You guys remember? Because it's the operational conditions that I guess would be the question. Was there anything else besides that? I don't know, was it 2 years ago when this was all discussed?
Yeah.
So
Did we
it's hard to
discuss-
remember.
I think we had some discussions about the outdoor. I mean, it's supposed to, this whole thing's supposed to avoid that, but the outdoor dropping of the merchandise on the street. I mean, that was supposed to avoid.
That was worse than the truck.
Yeah. You could have a 20-foot wall of water bottles out there easily. So I think that's what this project was designed to avoid, but I would like to see that in the site plan approval.
There's a note on the site plan that says all deliveries to be unloaded or loaded inside the build. So that means building.
But that doesn't preclude them from making a new wall along the street the way they have been.
Or relocate, or saying, well, we don't have room inside, so we're gonna drop it in the driveway. I just want to make sure that there's no outdoor storage of any kind, no matter how temporary.
Well, we do have these islands, a couple of landscape islands on that side over here that if things get put out on the street, it's going to complicate that even more.
I think we're all clear that we want to see this business conducted indoors moving forward. I mean, that's the point of the application.
We just ask that we can put whatever condition in along those lines that, again, no matter how temporary, I don't want to see any more. That's the drop down in the driveway and the truck going away. It just sits there. People on Pine Street have been putting up with it for a real long time. It's an eyesore.
And
So
it's
you're
dangerous.
talking about outdoor loading and unloading
And storage of any,
and storage of any kind.
and then the trucks, no overnight. Not to be the parking lot for trucks, whatever trucks that have to be stored inside at night.
Parking spaces kept free for parking. Cars, trucks, whatever,
Inside and outside.
inside and outside. You don't want to drop a pallet on a parking space. Sit there.
Well, what I can do is sort of circulate a draft set of conditions, and anybody who thinks of anything else to augment them, you can just add to it.
Sounds like a great idea.
Okay?
But in terms of the physical layout site plan, we're okay with what we have.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
All the drainage, whatever, it's all done.
Okay, marvelous. So,
Were there any conditions or relating to the other use on the property that, just trying to remember, anyway, dividing the uses, or it doesn't matter? Parking, it's just open to everybody.
Well, it's always a standalone business, it's all parking when it first went in. They are doing something up there because they're moving the dumpster.
Yeah, that was one of the requests that came in.
But that's a piece of the property, though, it's a standalone parking. And the other business did parking.
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out timing, like circulate do you think we could have resolution by the next meeting, or you want to hold it for the next meeting to go over the conditions?
Well, keep it on the agenda for next meeting. If it's ready, it's ready. If not, we can at least talk about whatever draft conditions are ready. So,
Yeah, that's why I just didn't want to say we're holding it over
Sure.
definitely for a determination. More of a hoped for determination.
that's fair.
Okay, so, we're gonna hold it over to the next meeting. If the conditions get circulated and sorted out relatively quickly, then maybe we'll have a determination. If not, we'll talk about the conditions at the next meeting and then have a determination on the 28th.
I make a motion, we hold the application over to October 14th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Anything from Cassano Canisa? Yeah, wow.
October 28th.
First, well, we're not gonna have a second meeting in November, so, yeah, okay.
I make a motion, we hold over Anthony Cassano for 10/28.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 9, Beechwood, West Hampton, 4460 Depot Road.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, ladies. Thank you for joining. Good to see you again. We're, at our last meeting, we came down, I think Ron signed off on the preliminary. And, I had respectfully suggested, as I always ambitious, but I had respectfully suggested that we start considering preliminary approval so that we can advance the map into engineering. Mr. Pasco correctly put me in my place and said, well, we don't have Suffolk County Planning's determination yet. We do not have that now. We have that now. They did recommend local determination. They had a couple of voluntary comments, which have already been covered and addressed, I believe, by the board, prior meetings and discussions, including the parkland.
Workforce housing.
The other issue escapes me.
Workforce housing and the TDRs.
Yeah.
Which we've already covered.
Yeah.
In addition to the correspondence from Suffolk County Planning, the village received a, in my opinion, belated secret participation letter from PSEG, but my client was graciously willing to respond to their comments. We did draft a letter of response. We gave it to Megan, forwarding to PSCG. And I advise council, in addition to advising PSCG, that they will have the opportunity to fully review and address all of these plans, which would be part of the final application engineering software. So those are comments that I believe are best addressed during final. If PSCG is not satisfied, we can revisit those questions at that time. So I was hoping that this afternoon, I'm not sure any questions with me or Mr. Voorhees or Mr. Morrow, our engineer. I was hoping that I could get some semblance of consensus or opinion on moving on a resolution for preliminary approval. I recognize that it has to be prepared by council, but I'm hoping that we can proceed in that direction for the next meeting. And if you want to discuss potential conditions of preliminary approval, I'm happy to do that now with you and Mr. Paskey.
I don't see the need for it right now. The conditions of final approval get a little more detailed. Conditions of preliminary are basically move on to final and deal with everything you have to deal with during final, so.
Well, from an engineering and technical aspect, anything else that we need to do, or we could just start moving on? All right, so I guess what we'll hold over to the next meeting or for a resolution?
Yeah.
I make a motion, we hold over the application for the 28th,
Second.
14th.
14th, I'm sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's a good application. Did a good job.
Did we hear anything from Flora? October 28th on them. They're not-
Make a motion,
They're
we
not
hold
coming
over,
back. Not yet.
make a motion, we hold over the application to 10/28. Number
Second.
11.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Number 12, 7 Beach Lane, WHBH Real Estate LLC. Met by a wall of indifference.
They went to ZBA, don't we need secret? On that, is that what's going on?
Which one are we talking about?
7 Beach Lane.
7 Beach. They submitted, what, an updated site plan, but that's about it, right?
They amended it for our recommendation. They got the parking out of the front yard, put some land bank in the back.
Was it a square foot reduction, Ken?
You know, reoriented the pool, but that came out of the ZBA.
I'm not sure whether we still have a 5 south property park. Seems like we can push that. I'm a little concerned about, the dumpsters they put in on the north side. Truck you have to back in and back out.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. I don't know if there's a way around that, but generally, that's frowned upon.
Well, I mean, we could start by just focusing on seeker. I mean, this is going to be, seeker's not that complicated. A lot of this stuff is going to be engineering, but they do have a big issue to deal with the zoning board, and that's the floor area issue. So maybe if we get seeker done here, let them finish up at the zoning board, see what shakes out there, and then they'll end up coming back to get into the engineering and the.
They're not doing this, they're not running any work on Buffalo, with the park, Saturday, ZBA.
Yeah, we noticed that. We noticed that.
If the ZBA approves it, it goes away as a question I have.
Well, it could still be a planning issue. That's a,
Well,
I mean-
discuss what's gonna go in that 5 feet. but They've got permission to do this.
That's true.
So are we hold it over to the next meeting for secret determination?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
I make a motion, we hold over the application to the 14th for potential secret determination.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Amador Group LLC. Brad, what's happening with our friends up the road?
So, sorry for last minute notice, but we got a call today from Jefferson. I guess he had a personal issue, couldn't be here, had surgery or something this week. But he said it was okay to let the board know that his client is going to proceed with demolishing the building. So we're looking for a demolition permit. So I would.
Did he give you a time frame?
He said soon. So I would just say let's hold it over and see if he gets the demo in. And then, if you're amenable to extending it in any way, and there's no reason to do that before you submit some demo.
I mean, is there
I
anything,
want to speak to the applicant, but he
Yeah.
said it was okay.
is there anything about the residential subs, I mean, no, was there anything about the residential subdivision that's holding this up? Was there some sort of?
No, they're completely
I knew they
separate.
had to do separate. I knew there was a sequence though that had to be followed through, but they have all their approvals.
They're pretty much done. I
There are
mean,
people living
they're at the point of dedicating
They
the
moved
road
in.
to the village, so that's at the tail end.
So knock the building down.
The site plan is not at the tail end.
I got you.
So we're going to hold over in anticipation of an application for demolition permit.
No, to extend.
Well, the application right now is to extend.
But Brad just suggested that we,
Yeah,
Just, well,
You don't have to extend before they let them.
it's October, right, it doesn't
It's
expire
October
until the
22nd.
22nd of October, so you can wait, just hold it over to the next meeting and wait and see what they do on the demo.
okay, I make a motion, we hold over the application for October 14th.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
Do you want me to tell them to come on the 14th?
Yeah.
This way,
Even after
If
the
they-
demo.
Or if they get a demo plan between now and then, I mean, then that's the end of the conversation.
right.
Then you don't have to come in. We'll just
tell them
extend
10 on October 14th or get a demo.
Either get your permit or come on the 14th.
But don't you want to know what they're going to do? They want another year. They demo it next month. I mean, it'd be one thing if they were going to pull a building permit right away, but if they're not, shouldn't we talk about what they're going to do with that area?
Well, the demo, they have to regrade and stabilize, so they have to have some grass.
Are they gonna have to leave fencing up and stuff like that?
I
Or
mean, just getting that eyesore out of there will have some,
But we
Positive
need to have
consequences.
that provision that it's not just going to be
a hole
Yeah.
a hole or, well,
and construction fencing.
but I would think
Construction.
that it has to be stabilized, it should be at least planted with some grass or something.
That's a normal condition. of the demo.
Yeah, and you guys can decide whether to extend it 6 months or 12 months or 90 days. You don't have to give them the full 12 months if you want to keep a closer eye on it, just to make
I
sure.
think it's
that-
less of an issue to just get the damn building down and not staring at it. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look at, on the corner by the old firehouse, they finally knocked down that service station. It didn't bother anybody because it's gone. It's just sitting there. Which looks better now. You really need to get out one. But not here. And this leads us to Mr. Newbar's favorite motion.
No, we have one more extension.
Ah,
This is Phil Nick-Vero, he wants up to February 11th,
which one?
516 Green Road. You might have an old agenda. Did you
I got it.
mail this?
I did, I probably threw it out.
I make a motion, we hold over the application to when does he want?
Well, no, we just want to grant the extension from
Okay.
516 June Road up to and including February 11th, 2022.
I make the motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Now you get to make your
I
favorite.
make a motion, we close the meeting.
All in favor? Aye. This is what happens,
So
when you bring
good.
in the first string.